Hi, welcome to BooksBeautyKendra. I'm Kendra and today I'm going to do the book recommendation tag. Now, I have tried to do a butterfly on my face. I think for a first time it looks alright. We're just going to ignore the bottom parts because I think the top parts are the best. But you live and you learn. Okay, so the first question is a book that you tell everyone is your favorite. I wonder what it could be. It's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. That's what it is. That's what it's always been since I've read it. If you don't know Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, it follows Alice and she goes to Wonderland and has a weird, messed up time, and it's really fun. Not everyone's going to like it, I don't think, but if you do, you'll love it, and if you don't, like, why does everyone like this book? It's so weird. Next is a book that is your guilty pleasure. I don't have any. I kind of just read whatever I want to read, and I don't really care too much what other people think about what I read. So yeah. Question number 3 is a book everyone loved but you didn't. I have to go with Daisy Jones and the Six. I'm sorry. I've tried it twice. I first tried reading it physically and then I tried the audiobook. Neither one worked for me, so it is what it is. I really did not like it. Any hoozle. Next book is a book you read the fastest, and I'm not including manga in this because I read that rather quickly, but I've chosen something similar to manga in that it's a graphic novel series. I read all 4 of these, and I'm kind of a slowish reader. I'm a medium speed reader, and so I read all these in like an hour each, maybe less. And it's the Heartstopper series, and I'm so excited the 5th one's coming out this year. I'm so excited. But yes, Heartstopper follows Nick and Charlie as they become friends and then fall in love. Basically that's the first book, and then the next 3 books are them dealing with being in love and homophobia and eating disorders and depression and a lot of hard-hitting stuff, and it's a lovely time. Despite the hard-hitting stuff, it's beautiful. Yay. A book that deserves more hype is Only When It... Oh, that one was by Alice Oseman, by the way. Only When It's Us by Chloe Leese. This, I only hear being talked on a little bit on Romance BookTube, but it's really good. It's about Willa, who is this soccer star at her university, and she's paired up in this class to get notes from Ryder because the professor is trying to set them up, and it's just a fun time. But basically, Ryder is deaf. Willa doesn't know this. She doesn't understand why Ryder's being so mean to her on that first day that they meet, and so she doesn't like him, and it's all about repairing that relationship and becoming more, and it's really good. I think you should give it a try. Okay. A book that is becoming a movie or TV show. I don't keep up with that. I honestly don't know what's becoming a movie or a TV show, really. I know it's come out. but I don't know what is coming out. And even then, I'm probably not going to watch it because I am terrible at watching TV shows and movies. Okay. So, a book that you have reread the most. Don't come for me, it's the truth, and a lot of you will be true as well. You just don't want to admit it anymore because it's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. This book is amazing. The author may not be, but still, the book is amazing. It's about Harry Potter in his first year at the wonderful wizarding school of Hogwarts. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, that's what it's called. It's been a while since I've reread it. But it is the book that I've reread the most, and I have a lot of copies of, and yeah. It's just his first year at Hogwarts, and it's beautiful, and it's about finding your family within friends, and it's great, and I love it, and I keep staring at myself, my eyes. I keep staring at my eyes, that's what I do. Let's move on. Let's see, a book from a genre you don't typically read is number 8, and that is The Watchmaker's Daughter by C.J. Archer. This is like a whole range of different genres. It's historical, it's a mystery, it's a bit of romance, it's a bit of fantasy, but it's mainly historical and mystery. That's why it's something different. The romance and the fantasy help me to enjoy it. And I read the first 2 books in the series. I have the next 2 books as well, and it's just a lot of fun. C.J. Archer is a great author. She signed it for me when I went to go see her at Rare 2023. So that's nice. I liked it. It was great seeing her. Okay, before I get cushy, a book that deserves all the hype it gets. I have 2 answers for this. I have Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert and The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Both of these books I gave 5 stars. Both of these books are romances. I am looking so funny right now because it's 4:30 in the afternoon. It's winter in Melbourne. It's getting dark early. I don't like it. I want it to be summer again, or spring. You know, sometime when it's not dark or getting dark at 4:30. But I can't win them all. Get a Life, Chloe Brown is about Chloe Brown, who has a near-death experience and decides that she's going to live her life to the fullest. Just really go out there and, yeah, live her life. And she's made a list, and she's going to get help from the superintendent. That makes me think of The Simpsons. The landlord, kind of. Not the landlord, but the guy who helps out with all the stuff in the apartment complex. She's getting Red to help her do the different things on her life bucket list. It's a fun time. It's got chronic illness representation as well. That's great. Then The Love Hypothesis is about... nearly said the wrong names. Olive and Adam. Olive is a PhD candidate, and Adam is one of the professors who like takes care of the PhD candidates, but he's not her professor, so it's not forbidden like that. Okay? Okay. And basically Olive is talking to a friend, and the friend really likes the guy that Olive just dated, but Olive's not into him anymore. She wants the friend to go out with him. And to convince the friend that she doesn't like the guy that the friend wants to date, she kisses the first person that she runs into, and that so happens to be the very grumpy, very handsome man, Adam, Dr. Adam Carlson. Had to read off the back then. And yeah, it's one of my favorite books. It's one of my favorite romances, really, if not my favorite romance. And I think it's just a really good fun time. There is a scene that is a bit questionable in terms of like physics, but we ignore that for the rest of it. Next, a book you usually recommend when asked to give a recommendation. I usually ask what kind of books people are into, but more often than not I give this recommendation, and it's A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I think this is a wonderful fantasy book, and it is about Kel, who is something special, a red traveler. That's not what he is though. What is he called? He's something special. Antari? I don't know. I don't know where I got that from. But he's basically this ambassador for one of the Londons. So there's 4 Londons. Red London, which has a lot of magic. Grey London, which has no magic. White London, which is starting to become overrun by magic. And Black London, which is completely run over by magic. He comes from Red London. Kel does. And then he takes something from, I think it's White London, here that he's not supposed to take. And he gets into a world of trouble. And then in Grey London he picks up another traveller who wants to see all the worlds, called Delilah Bard, and she's great. She's great. They're both great. I love them. I love Reese as well. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really fun. It's a lot of adventure. It's a whole trilogy that's out now. There's going to be a new series in this world, and I'm so excited. It's coming out this year. So if you haven't yet, read this, and then once you finish the series, there's a new series coming out this year, so you can binge them all. Okay. A book that has my favourite characters. This one's easy because I named my dog after one of the characters, and that is Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. My dog's name is Nina, named after Dina Zenik, because Nina is a queen and my dog is a queen, but we don't tell her that too much, otherwise it'll go to her head. But yeah, if you haven't read Six of Crows, tagline is "No mourners, no funerals," and basically it's about a group of 6 within the Grisha world. If you haven't seen Shadow and Bone the series or read the Shadow and Bone series trilogy, you should. That gives you more context before you go into that, even though that series isn't as good as this one, but it sets you up for the whole thing, explains more, gives you more context. But basically 6 unlikely heroes go on a heist mission to do something that I can't really tell you because it's a spoiler, and that something turns out to be something else, which is another big spoiler. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. All these books are fun. Even Heartstopper, which is also depressing, but it's a lot of fun. It's really sweet. Okay. A book you wish you could live in. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. One of my favourite books. Definitely my favourite middle grade Worlds series things. Eva Evergreen, Semi-Magical Witch by Julie Abe. Oh! Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, Leigh Bardugo. Got that. Okay. Julie Abe is an amazing writer. I love Eva Evergreen. I love both books in it. They both got 5 stars, which is like unheard of for me. I never give a whole series 5 stars. It's like this and Harry Potter. But yes. Love Eva Evergreen. She is wonderful. She has a pinch of magic, and she has to do trials to become a novice witch, or come out of a novice witch. So, step 1, help your town do good all around. So she has to go to a town. It's based on Kiki's delivery service. And do good in the town. Step 2, live there for 1 moon. Don't leave too soon. Step 3, fly home by broomstick, the easiest of tricks. So basically, she has to save this town from, I think it's called the Reckoning. Is it the Reckoning? Something like that. Basically, there's like a big catastrophic event that happens every so often in this world, which, you know, is scary to think about, but it's a fantastical world, and usually only hits like one or a few towns. And yeah, she finds out that the town that she is protecting as the novice witch there, she finds out that town is going to be hit by that event, so she has to use her pinch of magic to save it. And it's beautiful and wonderful, and she has to make friends. It's heartwarming. It's really great. Read it, please. If you're into middle grade, read it. Okay. A book that you thought you would hate but ended up loving is question 13, and that is Hunted by Megan Spooner. Fluffs. I listened to this and I thought it was great. I thought I would give it like 2 or 3 stars because I had lost interest in it, and then I got the audiobook from my library and I loved it. Gave it like 4.5 stars. Basically, it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So Beauty goes in to track down her father, and then the Beast gets her because the Beast is like wants her father for something, but her father's not as good a hunter as he used to be, so he gets Beauty instead. Yever? Okay. So the Beast gets Yever to help him instead of the father. Well, he tries, it's all complicated, and yeah, it's a fun time. If you like Beauty and the Beast retellings and you like YA, try it out. It's good. I like it a lot. Okay, a book that made you cry. Now, this series actually broke me. I don't cry much in books anymore because of this series. Like, I'll cry a little bit, but the sobbing and all that came from these books has broken me forever. I am irreparably damaged by these series. And that's The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I have no intention of reading the Serpent and Snakes, or Snakes and whatever it is. Songbirds and Snakes. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. There we go. I have no intention of reading that book. I have no intention of reading anything about President Snow ever again because he's a horrible person. But if you have not read the original trilogy, it is great. It's about Katniss Everdeen, let's go like this. It's about Katniss Everdeen, who's on my cover. Look how cool this cover is. This is one of the original ones too. And, there we go. Now I'm pale. And she lives in District 12 out of the 12/13. It was 13, now there's only 12 districts, and plus the capital. And the capital, they set up the Hunger Games every year. And basically two children from the ages 11 to 17 from each district, one boy, one girl, has to compete in the Hunger Games, and whoever wins, like, survives. It's the one that survives, really, and they get to live. And yeah, it's depressing, but it's also good, and I should really reread it, see if it holds up, because everyone else has been rereading it and they say it holds up, and I'm pretty sure it would. That's why I'm recommending it to you now. But yes, The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay. That's the order. These are all so old. They're my original copies. I haven't gotten any of the new ones because I don't like them that much. And then the final question is a book you wish you could read for the first time again. I have 2 books for this last question, and that is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen Look at this pretty cover. This is one of those season editions. Season classics or something. But yeah, this is lovely. As well as Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow. Yeah, by Jessica Townsend. When will the next book come out? Silverborn. Silverblood? One of those two. I'm waiting. Jessica, where is it? You don't know? I don't know either. Anyways, Pride and Prejudice, about Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy, and it's their love story, historical period romance. It's great. Nevermore. If you have not read Nevermore and you're a middle grade reader, what have you been doing with your life? It's great. It is about Morgan Crow, who has to travel to a new town, to a new world within her world, because otherwise she's going to die. And she has to do trials to become part of the Wondrous Society. And I have loved and read all 3 of the books. This one I think I gave 4 stars, the other 2 I gave 5 stars. But basically it just keeps getting better and 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 better. And I can't wait for the 4th book. But yes, read it, definitely, definitely. All these books I recommend it to you if they sound interesting to you. But yes, okay. So that is the book recommendation tag. If you have watched to the end, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, all that jazz. And if you've made it this far, comment what book you would recommend just in general. To me, to your next door neighbor, to your best friend, whoever. Yeah. What is your go-to recommendation book, basically? Okay. I hope you have a nice day. Bye-bye.